Hello world, WayofTime here, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. So I am going back over to the Mistcraft dungeon because some people have been mentioning without any specifics unfortunately, well kind of fortunately, that there is something fun that I have missed in that dungeon. So I'm gonna go over there and hopefully find it soon because I am definitely getting hungry. So I made some more glowing. Hey, I missed it over there. Then again, there might be something over there as well. That's a tree. So I made some glowing bread because, frankly, the meat wasn't cutting it. I'm more of a poison you very slowly type of person. And there we go. So let's see. How am I missing something? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 thick. And this room is 1, 2, 3, 5. So that means it's a possibility that there's something behind these bookcases. Though what, I'm not entirely sure. There's the outside. In the corners? Hey, what? I don't think that's exactly kosher. Let's get through this and see if there's anything. Nothing over there. Maybe there's something over here. If people are pulling my legs, I am not going to forgive them. I will definitely not forgive them. So, ooh, what are you? What are you? You are a chest, which I want to get to. And in here there is pages. Eternal Rain, Temperate Crystal, and Plains Biome. That is definitely a lot better than I thought it was. There might be something else in these other ones. Let's just take a quick gander, and it doesn't seem like there are any more things, except if there are, by any chance, some others up there. I'm going to take a quick looky-loo, and nope, 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 and nope. Okay, so that was not a waste of time, man. I like how... Aha! You know, no, those aren't actually Mistcraft. Those aren't actually red power. Those are cobblestone walls. All the same, I do like the monolithic proportions of this nice little house. You know, if I was playing a world where I wasn't already established, I'd be very tempted to actually build something with that. Anyways, let's actually go back to our base and get started on a few things. Now that I think of it, maybe we can do something with Mistcraft. I'm gonna first get some more creeper spawns first, and then have a little fun with them, and then we can get some more iridium. What the heck? How many trees are there here? There's so many silverwood trees. Let's see. Goggles of Revealing. This is going to be interesting. Let's see. There's some pigs over there. There's a lot more trees than a meadow biomes usually has, especially with all these silverwood trees. This is a big aura, and this is quite big as well. And there are even more silverwood trees in this general vicinity. So I'm guessing if I were to do some sort of aura node manipulations, I'd try to... There is an aspect in Thaumcraft when you get to a high enough tier in the research is that you'll be able to combine a bunch of nodes together. This area is very concentrated in V's, as you can tell with all of those trees, and it's quite amazing. This is quite interesting. Let's see, can I raid anything from these villagers? Let's find out. So one of the very useful trades I've managed to find in my infinite wisdom is another Thaumic villager, which I'll be able to trade for knowledge fragments. Now I doubt really that it's going to give me all of them because, hey, he's kind of stingy, but I can give an emerald for 2 earth shards, I suppose, because that's cool. Let's see, are you going to allow me that trade anymore? Nope. Any more Thaumic villagers? Thaumic villagers? Get your Thaumic... Ooh, that's a very good trade. Not many other trades here that are worthwhile. 3 emeralds for a bookshelf. You know, if I wasn't afraid that an iron golem could just definitely spawn right now and knock my lights out, well, considering that I don't have any lights in my base, I think I'm okay. Otherwise, that's going to be a real pain in the keister. So after I'm finished raiding this village, I think I'm going to work on a bit more research for Thaumcraft, see if we can build a mega node with all of these aura things, but until then, let's see what else we can do. Let's see, forbidden knowledge, here we go, knowledge fragment. Now, you're able to combine these to get one random research thing. So if we get this, we'll get an unknown research theory, and with any luck, we'll get one that we don't know. It might be a good idea to just not do anything with this yet, but I am very interested in what we can get with this, because forbidden knowledge is a little forbidden, and it'd be a good idea to see if we can get something worthwhile with this. Okay, so what can we research here? Obviously, it's not any of that. And it's one of these things. It's apples. Are you some sort of frame? Tiny fezzes. What? Tiny fezzes? That sounds like some sort of... something you wear. Tiny fezzes. It's almost... I kind of have to Google that to understand what that is, because that's a... Tiny fezzes? Okay, put your hand up if you understand what a fez is. No one? Okay, yeah, that's definitely going to fly well. I'm gonna research this. Hopefully it's something that we don't know of. Otherwise, it's gonna be a real pain in the keister to get more knowledge fragments. That being said, it shouldn't be too difficult. So, I'm gonna research this. Hopefully we get something. Is there anything that is, like, small? The texts you have studied speak of miniature clothing and accessories that can be used to improve animated servants. One of these is a small fez. Seems legit. Okay, so that means that there is something that will allow it to allow a golem, I assume, and I haven't even gotten to golems, allow them to be maybe smart or something. It must be either one of these or one of these, but considering that I don't have any of those things unlocked, it doesn't really make much sense of why I would have found it right now of all times. Tiny fez. What else would a fez have? Doubt it'll be that waxy stuff. Though herba, no. Is a fez like a hat? Maybe. A hatty fez. Fezzy hat. Fuzzy. Fuzzy fez. Fez, fuzz, fun-tacular fez of fezziness. You know, at this point I'm kind of pulling stuff out of my keister because, frankly, I have no bloody clue. Let's practice you up, and then that obviously is a horrible joke, and he is not pleased. Yep. That is a hat, so it's some sort of accessory that must have been a lost knowledge thing. So it basically, think of it this way: at least we didn't waste anything in going with the stupid work. Good job, Way. Good job. I'm gonna try to find the alembic, and I still haven't, for some reason, finished warded jars. So once I finish all the other minor theories, I'll get everything else working. Hopefully. Now this is worth a lot of knowledge, so maybe there's a possible way to deconstruct any sort of unknown research to get it to some, better stuff. Okay, well this kind of blows. Whew. I'm hoping this is what I think it is. Thalmic bees. Right click, go in, and we got some thalmic bees. So instead of stark bees, we got thalmic bees. So you have refined your previous theory regarding bees taking on aspects of elemental magic and have come up with a way to attach elements to bees. It remains to be seen if this will be a benefit or something you may regret in the future. I'm guessing probably the latter, but we'll see. And let's see, by placing a legendary Stark bee into the infusion altar along with a charged shard of some kind, you will be able to imprint an aspect onto the insect. Unfortunately, it only seems to work with princesses or drones, as the queens are too sensitive to undergo the infusion process. Makes sense, so it gets rid of the thing we were talking about a little earlier, which is a good thing. So let's see what we can do with this bee. So aura bee, we need 24 motis and 40 aura. Aura. Okay, 40 aura. That is a lot. There must be something that gives aura. So motis and aura? Motis and aura. Let's look at what gives that. Okay, I looked a bit, and we need 24 motis and 40 aura. So I went and found a bunch of chickens, and I mean a bunch of chickens, it wasn't even funny, and got a bunch of feathers. So we got 40 feathers, that'll give us the 40 aura per, so let's dump that in. And for motis, boats actually work pretty well. So we'll need 6 boats per. And this is going to be a slow process, I can tell already. Maybe we can dump some of this stuff in so that we don't mess anything up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many boats do we need per? I think I said 6, right? Okay, 5. Okay, maybe we can do this in some sort of easy fashion. Probably. Go! Nope, no easy fashion. Okay, let's go there, there, and there. So that's our 24 and 40, and a lot of stuff that's going to be dumped into the general atmosphere. And let's get our Stark bees. So first, the Stark princess. We'll need to throw it in and get our aura bee. And that is a very high flux. So this is going to be very fun when we go in our next set. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slots, and this will be our remaining stuff for the boats. And there we go. 6 boats, and we're going to need some more water, so let's refill this. I'll get this prepped up again, and hopefully get everything working. And this is full. This is charged. Let's get our Stark bee. Stark drone this time, and throw this into the crafting table. Into the crafting table, please, my friend. And more. Give me all of your flux. Mwahaha. So with all this flux, I believe the aura that we're using is over here. So if we look over here, we should see that the aura is not exactly happy. No, this isn't the aura that we're using. It's probably over with the very, very, very angry Hollow Hill over here. I really want to take a look at that. Yep, this is very high, but it's not extreme levels. That being said, some form of wispiness should jettison out of this very, very, very annoying thing. Okay, so speaking about annoying things, let's move onwards and see what these bees give. So aura bees, you got fastest speed and maximum pollination, and it gives a swiftness effect. Oh, I can tell that this is going to be very fun with our nice and friendly quantum boots. So aura bees, shortened life, fastest speed, and maximum pollination. So we're also going to need to get the magic flowers out of here and get the high fertility. So if we just quickly throw these into the inoculators and less quickly just wait on our hands and knees. Wait on our hands and knees. That just kind of begs for horrible jokes. If we wait patiently, we should get these inoculated with some good genes. Then we'll just throw them into, well, we'll throw it into this apiary maybe, since it's not as much in use as the others. And then get our Rocky on. And then hopefully we'll be able to get the fastest and maybe even the maximum pollination out of there. So then we'll be able to do some tree breeding, and this should be interesting. Now, there are some other bees that I'd like to go into, and I have managed to get some more fancy frames, so maybe we can move this stuff in to maybe move it to the south area, because the south area, no, it was the north that we went to. The north does have all of those fancy aura areas, so maybe, I'm gonna stop rambling for once and then just shut up and do everything that I need to do. Okay? Okay. Okay, so we've got a lot of advancements ready. Now, I forgot to mention this before. I managed to create an advanced lap pack. If we check the recipe for this, it was just using my old lap pack with Elaptron crystal, and it is allowing me to store 1,000,000 EU instead. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to use with all that, but I'm pretty sure we'll find a few uses. Now, I did manage to synthesize a fastest productivity serum. So all that we're going to need to do is throw our sinister bees, I think, no, they're fiendish, our fiendish bees into the inoculator and get them running. Now, I did let them run through their own course, so to speak. So I do have them ready to get inoculated. Now this is going to take a few minutes of time. So I suppose we do have some time. So there's a few things I want to do with these bees as soon as I get them inoculated. One of them, and it's a major thing, is to determine what exactly makes them tick, so to speak. We want to be able to see how much they can produce combs-wise. When we figure that out, we'll be able to see per alveary of fiendish bees how many we are going to need, well, how much lava they produce for one, because as you see, without our fiendish bees on the assembly line right now, those 6 things are not able to completely handle these. Let's see. We got some of that, and they do seem close enough to full, but that's, well, not close enough. So as soon as we get these 2 bees inoculated to their fullest extent, we'll be able to do a few trial runs. Now we're going to need to do something that will determine the trial run. There's no sort of, well, I suppose I could do a series of counters, though that's not fun. Well, equally not fun is just timing it with a stopwatch, so, I guess I could do a stopwatch, and it's going to need to be a 10-minute duration. 10 minutes should be all we need to figure out how many there are, and then, of course, there will be a backlog of combs while we are doing this, so we will have to add to our workload eventually. Now, the range of this aura bee is surprising, I must say. Let's see. Let's just get this Stark bee continually bred and get that going. Now, the range is, I think it's 15 by 15 by 13. That's an exceedingly humongous range for any sort of thing like that. Now, another thing we can make is probably Boots of the Traveler. That'll require just a bit of our string. So why don't we create some of that in the meantime? I think we got enough string to keep ourselves busy. And what do the Boots of the Traveler require? Leather. And now that requires too much stuff. Too much effort. Okay, let's wait for this to get inoculated. Then we can figure out how best we can conduct our speed tests. So I'm thinking in the meantime, it's a good idea to actually set up our soul cage and our Enderman farm, so that we'll have at least some easy way to get ender pearls and all the fun stuff that it gives, such as the magic and general invisibility needs that it gives. So we got our soul cage ready, and we got some quicksand, which is going to be our, well, simple trap, and I did use that overworld book that sent me over to the jungle and had to root around, and thankfully I didn't step in a single pit there. Okay, maybe it was one, but I managed to dig myself out somehow, so let's just say it was interesting fun times. Okay, so let's get this, and we got our sticks, and maybe I could have checked if we had some levers. Of course we have levers somewhere, but that somewhere is always farther than where I am. So we might as well just make some more and get those. So the highest tier of shard can spawn in any light level, as well as it's able to, well, spawn. Well, it can get turned off with the redstone signal. Let's just say that. Okay, so where's the best place to put this? Maybe over here? Someplace that'll stay loaded if I wanted to. Okay, so over here will be a good place. Let's just get some regular building blocks. Glass, why not? So, I'm not too sure what the spawning radius is for this, but let's have it like this. It needs to be too high so that all of the quicksand, which is going to be very quick, jump! And that's a bad idea. That is how I managed to end up almost dead way, so why are you even bothering with that? So, quicksand will be a quick job. I'm thinking it's going to be 4 radius. That will be what we need. So just quickly get this and make sure, first of all, that we can. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, we can apply redstone there. So let's fill this in and then see if we can make this into a good enough trap for our general awesomeness. And there we go. So our death trap is ready. Just make sure that we don't do anything stupid. So, redstone on, throw this in. Now we got an Enderman spawner. And turn it on. And they are turning on there instead. Okay, that's useful. So now we'll just watch them slowly sink through and start suffocating. Now there must be some way to have it that they stay constantly spawning at the bottom instead of the top. Though technically it doesn't really matter, as long as they keep spawning. Now, it will take a while for them to actually die off, like so, but they will give us the ender pearl drops that we are looking for eventually. How long could this last for? Now, making sure that nothing bad happens, let's just turn it on and have it constantly going for a bit. Just zip around, get a bunch of the ender pearls. Thankfully, they won't harm us too much, and we can probably just stay invisible for now, considering all of the stuff that they're giving. We won't have to worry too much. Now, the only problem that we have to worry about is the fact that, well, how do we turn this off easily? Don't look at them, don't look at them, wait, don't look at them. Okay, there we go. So, that obviously works and everything. We can't automatically collect the drops right now, but that's just going to be a simple transposer system. Now, is there any way for them to not spawn throughout my base and destroy everything? Probably not. No, I don't think there is, so we just have to make sure that there's no... Hello, Enderman. How are you? Yeah, he nodded at me, so he knows what he's doing. I don't have to worry about you being a pain in the rear, do I? No, not at all. Get away. Okay, so... a bit of a problem. Maybe it's not the best place for an Enderman shard to go, but it is at least a work in progress. All that I think we'll need to do is put a few either transposers or probably some BuildCraft, what is it, those obsidian pipes, yes. And also put a top on that because, frankly, I don't like you when you're topless, though it does seem to only spawn in this general area. A wild Enderman has appeared! Ha! That's awesome. Okay, so let's get rid of our useless shardaminium and see if our inoculation process has completed, because we are going to need those fast bees sooner rather than later, and that's not the right place. There we go. Fiendish bees, we'll put this. Thankfully, I have started to learn some vanilla shortcuts, so it is starting to be a good time. So, fastest, normal, nether, etc., and no effects, so these are good to go. All we're going to need to do is add some way to test whether they are... Stop that! whether they are actually fully functional. So that is just going to require a chest, which, do we have any sort of fun time in here? Yes, we do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thank you very much. Okay, there we go. And create ye in here, because here ye, here ye. And I'm thinking... No, we already put that quick sand away. So, I'm thinking a 10-minute test should be all we need for these. Any more than that, and it's just going to be a bit of a problem. So, question is, where do we put this dang thing? First of all, we're going to need to take our remaining fiendish drones and throw them into here. And obviously we can't put... Blah, blah, blah. Obviously we can't put the thing here, the chest here, because the restriction tube will just cause it to go into here instead. So, what I think we'll do is, why can't we do that there? Do you know what we can do? Find a use for our levers, shall we? There we go. So just throw this chest here instead. Maybe not there. That'd be a bad, horrible area for it to be put. And put there instead so it won't go into here. And we should be better for it. So let's put that there. Automatically start this again. And we're going to need to keep an eye on the time. So I got it as, well, by my watch, it's 16 minutes exactly until, so we'll just have to wait. Now we're going to count the combs. And by the combs, since we know how much phosphor is produced per comb, we can find out how much lava is produced per comb. Of course, it's averages because the phosphor isn't entirely reliable in its spawning process. It's spawned. So it's going to be a bit of well, catch-22. We'll just figure out. First comb, yay! So let's see. Maybe in the meantime we can get this stuff going at a bit better of a pace. Now let's just build it so that it just looks awesome right now. The looking awesome is a huge part of this. And now I'm starting to wonder if these fancy pants were a good idea, seeing as the zipping around is making sure that I get exactly 0 work done. Which, I'm not sure about you, but I don't mind it, but we kind of need to do some work here. Okay, let's get that, and, ooh, these are done. So we got our iridium. Nuggets. Nuggets of wisdom. We got nuggets, my friends. We got nuggets, my friends. Say nuggets right here in River City. Okay, that is kind of not what we are doing, so let's just get this entirely crafted. Blah, 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 blah. Nickel? Thought you were titanium. That would have just been too awesome, I suppose. Oh, well, let's just get that. Throw this into a very responsible chest right here. And then go about getting our completed material. I'm thinking we'll go with some circle bricks for this. Circle brick pyramid, to be precise. And let's actually change this as well. And then maybe I should make a bricking machine. That might make things a little more sane. Yes, sane, sanity, surreality. Oh my gosh, who knows how many adjectives, blah, blah. I'm just gonna shut up. Oh my gosh. Nope, nope, nope. I do not like that. So, that is kind of the whole point of why we are doing this. So just putting a top on this should disable a lot of its range, and hopefully the Endermen don't see the sand as a solid block. I don't really know if they're able to see it as a solid block. If they are, that means that we're going to have to put a different domed top on this. Now we're still going to keep that lever there unless we can think of something a bit better to fancy itself, but oh crud, come on. No, it's eating it. It's eating it. I say it. Whatever. Take your circle bricks or stone bricks. I don't really care. Okay, so now that this is quickly done, dang you, fire and run away. Spawn! Arrivederci. Okay, so obviously this is not working as intended. I might need to ask Shadow how exactly these function. There we go. So it does consider them solid blocks. But can they spawn if it starts like this instead? Probably not. So what it probably tells me is that we need to get it some sort of better area. Now, we also need it domed because they're gonna just start running away because of the sunlight. So I'm thinking we can just do an easy solution of having this area 3 tall, or 2 tall, lit up as well, since shut up. It's gonna need to be lit up as well, but let's just wait for all this. There we go. And grab. Such skillage. Oh my. And there we go. Okay, so I'll just get rid of this circle stone brick because obviously it's not serving its intended purpose. I'm thinking we're just gonna put it up 2 more layers. I think 2 more layers will be good, and then while I work on that, we can time our bees a bit more. Only time that I really see that a 9x9 is the best way to do things. Okay, let's get some leverage, and stuff is going to start spawning. Stop doing that. Stop throwing yourself into the sand of death. I'm guessing that we're going to need to ring this area eventually so that that stuff doesn't happen. Also, another thing that would be a good idea is to use some red power wiring so that we won't have to go back and forth each time to go and turn off by the lever, because frankly it's a little dangerous for my liking, and as if we're off by 1 brick. Let's go with that. And we have 1 brick to spare this time instead. Okay, so this is working. We're going to need to get some better functionality from this by the fact that, well, the reason I designed it like this was so that we get the sun top. I know, I say design very loosely in this regards, let me tell you. So, the reason I designed it like this was so that the sunlight doesn't directly go on Enderman, so they won't teleport right away. That would be obviously a little counterproductive, so it's just a simple matter of having them spawn on top of the soul sand, having them slowly drop. They see this as a solid block, even though they will spawn in it. They see it as solid, and thus they just slowly go down into the depths of despair. So we're going to also light this up so that no normal mobs will spawn in it, because that's one problem with this. That's the reason we went for a simple light over there, and if I wasn't deathly afraid of falling into this stuff, I'd go over and check. So the 10-minute window is up. Let's see, we got 26 combs in 10 minutes. Not exactly the best supply of combs, but let me quickly get the calculator out and we can figure out how much lava that is in the 10 minutes. So calculator function, and this is an unmodified alveary, so 26 times 1.4, because that's how much phosphor each makes on average. So that's 36.4 phosphor, and if we were to use sand, we'd multiply that by 2 because we get 2 lava per phosphor. Wait, not 2 lava per phosphor. Let's check the lava recipe. Lava recipe over here, we can check, and it is using a squeezer, and it's actually 2 lava per 2 phosphor. So if we divide that by 2 again, it's 36.4 buckets of lava per 10 minutes, which is 3.64 buckets of lava per minute. That's not incredibly big, but if we were to just multiply that by the 60 minutes, we can see that we get 218 buckets of lava. Quite a bit, though it's still not exemplary. It might not even be worth it to use these in any sort of good sense. So let's just, well, our testing is complete. We now know that how much these give. It's possible, well, we can improve this by using some frames, which is an obvious solution, but some of the frames that we're going to need to do have, well, magical uses, and we might need to increase the aura of this area. I'm not even sure which node is the one that is active for my aura in this area. Let's see. Nothing that I can see, and we have got an egg. Let there be chicken! And it's over here. No chicken. Okay, so I might look for the aura node for this area, though maybe running off of our good old-fashioned lava is not the best bet. I'm going to have to do a bit of number crunching, see how many alveoli setups, default alveoli setups, mind you, it will take to run 64 thermal generators. If it's not worth my time, it's best for me to just put my interests elsewhere. But if it is worth my time, guess what we're going to be working on? Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of EEPower. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. That made me dizzy. WayofTime here, signing off. Don't run into it. Don't. Have a wonderful day. Ha! Catch me now, sucker. Ah, crud.